Hello everyone, this is the part 2 of polynomial. So for the last example here, so the first one here we have a special name, we call it a conjugate. Conjugate is a pair of binomial which has one positive, one negative. What's special about this is when you multiply them, the middle term cancel out. So you basically have just the first and the last, 16x squared, and minus 5 times 0.5 is negative 25, is always resulting in multiplying a pair of conjugate always give you a difference of squares. As you can see here, this is a difference and then of 2 squared. Why is it a square? Because the conjugate is a pair of the same expression, but except one positive, one negative. So when you multiply 4x, of course it's a square. When you multiply 5 and 5, of course it's a square. So difference of squares. Okay? So just remember that whenever you see a pair of conjugates, you have a pair, you have a difference of squares. So therefore, when you just square something, square a binomial, it is not another binomial. It's not 16x squared plus 25 or minus 25. It will be this, right? So like, it won't be. It will be a trinomial. Just be careful of that. Okay? So, I have repeated myself enough. Now, last part. Multiplying polynomial. It's the same deal. It just gets more complicated, but nothing new. All right, so how can you multiply a binomial with a trinomial? Well, the rule is you just need to multiply every term with every term in the other expression. So you multiply this one here, 1, multiply this one here, 2, multiply this one here, 3, and then multiply this one here, 1, 2, 3. You will have 6 terms. So you can see it's nothing like new or like difficult. It's just annoying, right? Very long, and you just need to be very careful. There's lots of room to make mistakes, careless mistakes. All right, so just multiply them. Degree 4, x squared, and then multiply the next one, x3, multiply the next one. All right, you multiply x squared with x squared, x and nothing, so it will be x4, x3, x2. Okay, so this is a pattern there. Now you multiply negative 4 with each term of them, each term on here. So negative 8, x squared, negative 4x, and positive 20. Also in descending order, x squared, x. Okay? So, and then you just examine it. The only term you can combine is this two. Alright, so you just rewrite the answer, right? Just like that, just combine them together and you are done. Okay, now the last one. You're actually multiplying 3 things together and then you subtract another 3 things together. Now, I would like to, well, like you can distribute this 2, right? And then the result is another binomial and then you do the FOIL with the next one again. But I think the better way is to, like what's the good order to do it? I will FOIL this one first, leaving the 4 at the end, and also FOIL this one. Why? Because I don't need to carry on all this calculation with a 4 with me. Like if you multiply in the 4 in first, you get a bigger number, then your multiplication, you just need to work with bigger numbers. But now I just work with the smaller number first, okay? So I just think there's a better order, but you can multiply it with 4 first. Because you're multiplying, you're just multiplying them once. Okay, here I have 6x squared plus 4x minus 21x minus 14. I'm doing FOIL. Minus a, just keep it there. Keep the brackets there. Okay, and then just put the number there. 3x squared minus x minus 3x plus 1. So I'm just, again, once again, I'm doing FOIL. Now the next step, like you don't need to show all this step, but I think as a example, I'll just keep this number here. Okay, be careful. And then as you can see, you need to be mindful of this negative sign. Okay, now next, just multiply 4 into everything. Minus was 4, 3876 minus 56. Okay, now when you multiply the negative, okay, stars here, make sure you carry the negative with every term there. negative 24x squared, negative positive 32x, and then negative 8. So the sign changed. All right, finally, interesting enough, these two cancel out. Good. And this one plus that one is negative 44x. And then this one minus this one is minus 64. Okay, so I'll just do this by heart. Hopefully my numbers are correct. Okay, so that's how you do it. Just do it carefully, follow the step. When you do the IXL homework, you probably need a pen and paper in front of you to do your work, and then you can write the answer in the computer. Okay, enjoy it, have fun, and I'll see you next week.